If things were going reasonably well in the world, it wouldn't make that much difference because, in some sense, the focus of the elections is going to be on domestic issues. That's probably right. But things aren't going that well in the world, and in particular, things aren't going that well in the global economy. So I am not sure that I would ascribe to Bruce's view that, well, the fundamental institutions that take care of the world economy are still doing their job, and regardless of who comes in, they will still be able to do their job. I just am not sure that that is still the case. The reform of the international financial institutions has been going very slowly. One of the big destabilizing factors in the global economy has been the mammoth accumulation of foreign exchange reserves by countries in Asia, for example. And why? Well, what some people would say is they're doing that because they have very little confidence that the International Monetary Fund would come to their support in a way that they would find either useful or reliable. And a lot of that comes from the lessons that at least some economies have drawn from the intervention by the fund at the time of the 1997-1998 financial crisis in East Asia. So there is this sense that, the IMF and the World Bank, they all need to reform, and they need to have a greater weight given to emerging economies as part of that process. Actually, that reform is going so slowly that it may be threatened. The path that the G20 agreed on is almost certainly not going to be met. So one gets very much a sense of institutional drift at the level of the global economy. And even the G20 that Strobe referred to, I mean, the G20 did some, really terrific achievements when it came together with a coordinated fiscal stimulus. Right now, the G20 is floundering a little bit. I mean, the crisis has moved from being a global crisis to being an individual country crisis. Individual countries are each taking their own routes to thinking about how they want to deal with this. The degree of macroeconomic coordination across countries is very limited. The US role in this, the traditional US leadership role in this, has been very limited. And it's posing a problem. So the question becomes, which administration is more likely to pursue a multilateralist approach towards global economic governance, an approach that really emphasizes and starts to think about the collective action requirements of dealing with big global economies, whether it's global problems, whether it's policy coordination at the macro level, whether it's food security, whether it's climate change, quite frankly.